4. The same slide, 4-quadrant approach. We have done audio, video, ebook in the second day. Something about discussion forum. I'll be speaking today. We'll show you Google Groups also, which is one of the popular discussion forum tools. And the major part of today's discussion will be on quadrant 4, where we will see how we can create multiple choice questions, filling the blanks, short answer, long answer, assignments, everything using the e-assessment tools. Like maybe the popular one again from the Google company, Google Forms, which is of course used by many of the researchers for collecting the data. But the same can be used in the teaching learning process also, because there is no issue that way for that. We have to make it as a quiz when we are using the Google form in a teaching learning process. Quiz is nothing but we have seen the quizzes taking place at different parts, different places, where a presenter will ask some questions to maybe a single person or to a group of participants. This is how it is done. So it's again a kind of a test or examination, which is the most popular term in the teaching learning process. Examination we used to conduct. By that way, I mean examinations can be the normal or the popular ones that we teachers do is quarterly examination, half-yearly examination, determined examination, some chapter test, and it can take few other forms also. So how do we use the e-assessment tools, technology tools, softwares for creating examination or tests? This will be the focus of the session today. We have missed out something yesterday, which is about uploading the audio materials that we have created, audio materials or the video materials, the ebook, etc. So I'll take first few maybe minutes to just demonstrate how you can upload your videos in the YouTube channel. And the other maybe a kind of a place where you can upload your e-content would be the LMS, which is most popular that way, which will help you to systematically organize all your teaching learning content the way we do in a normal face-to-face conventional classroom. So LMS, I would be suggesting LMS for that, and tomorrow we have session on LMS also. The second choice, if it is a video, whatever we are developing, like you are seeing in quadrant 1, all can be uploaded in the LMS. If it is video, the teachers can go for YouTube also, absolutely, because the videos can be watched by your students and a wider audience other way. So YouTube is that way one of the most popular video repository. So I'll be showing that. The second option maybe which we can relate to the ebooks or digital textbook that we are creating, which falls in the quadrant 2. This can be again the LMS again. Maybe you can upload the same in personal websites also. So what I'm saying, for video, you can go behind the YouTube, or if you want everything to be in a learning management, content management platform, LMS you can choose. Rest everything what you are developing in your or for your classroom can be uploaded in the personal website. So we had a small subtopic on how to upload these materials in the YouTube and personal website. And just to give you a brief idea about how you can use the personal website. There are various websites. I would again like you to remind you regarding the website Center for Learning and Performance Technologies. The second could be the personal website, where again we have a tool software from the Google company. Just switch on my pen highlighter. Sir, this highlighter is visible now. When I then, sir, the red circle.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So I am in my email. Just close this. I am in my email. I'll click on the favorite Rubik's cube in the email. Just go to something like sites. This is a tool which you can use for developing your personal website that way. So again, either you can upload all your materials in the personal website, but websites that way are more, it's not that way very much suitable for the teaching learning industry, where we cannot organize everything. It's a kind of a what we call a public site. If you want to systematically organize, I would again request you to use the learning management systems. So personal websites, similar to other tools from the Google company, this is also a free tool, free software, sites. So I'll just click on sites. I won't be taking much time for this, just to give you some idea how you can start a website. So you can see this kind of a interface when you click on the sites. Now you are going to develop a personal website for you, for which you don't have to pay anything for that way. Because when we develop any website for our organization or for any company, they used to pay to the website creators for managing the website and to get the domain name and all. In Google sites, we don't have to pay anything. This is absolutely free. I'll just click on maybe the create. On the left side, you can see the create button. I was in my email. I'll click on this Rubik's Cube. Then I'll come down. I'll search for the sites. I'll click on that. Then it takes you to a new window where you can create the website. Now to create a new website, I'll just click on create in new sites in classic site. I'll just click on the recommended one in new sites. Let us see how it is working. Google site, it is now coming in a new window. We were here, we were in this interface in this window. When I clicked on create, it opens in a new window. So this is going to be the interface again where you can create website. So you might have seen website like maybe for example, like I have already taken the Commonwealth of Learning. You can see some kind of a layout here. You can see a purple color here where they have given about what we do member countries or then there is a image, one big A. So the home page of this website is having such a layout like you can see images here. When you click on that image, it will take you to some other link. So three images again you can see here. Some text material goes here. Again some three images. It keeps on going something in the lower part of the website also. So this is the layout of the Commonwealth of Learning. Each company, each organization, university, each college, each school, they can absolutely design their own layout. So maybe to help you to have a ready-made template for your website that you are creating, you can take the layouts from here. Few layouts they have given. Maybe for the time being, I'll choose any of these layouts. For example, suppose I'm this one on the right side. You can see I'll just click on that layout. So you can see the kind of layout which we were seeing in the Commonwealth of Learning, which was not exactly the way we are seeing in Commonwealth of Learning, but you can see this kind of images, three images. Maybe the layout which I have chosen is also having that kind of a layout. So this is your title page. Maybe I'll just write something like e-learning point. So you create a beautiful, maybe a very creative, the title for your website. This is done. There are many options that you can choose from here. Then you can change the image, everything you can do. If you don't want this, you can simply click on the delete button. Maybe I'll just publish this. Okay. So then you have to keep on adding materials, images, everything. You can give the link. I mean, like if you are in the teaching learning process, if you are a teacher, you can have this plus tab for uploading your video materials. So maybe this you can use it for uploading all your video materials that you have developed. Next, the audio materials can go in this box, audio materials. The e-text that you are developing can go in this box. So that you have to decide. You can see click to edit text, click to edit everything. Now you have number of options which you can see on the right side. All this can be inserted to your website that way. So just give a try to that. Themes, let us see what is there in the theme. Simple, some color styles. Maybe I'll just select this. Then maybe something of this font style. Let us see whether there is any change in that. Yeah. So if you are selecting this font, you can see the changes happening here. Simple is the very simple that way. So done, friends. This is the basic about how you can create website for your purpose. So you will get a website that way. Let me go to publish. After creating the website, you have to insert all the things here in your website. Now I'm just clicking on publish. So you have to choose a website address. Suppose this is Commonwealth of Learning website. You can see the website address http:// then www.call.org. This will be the website address of this particular website. So that way we need to create a website address. So when you are trying to publish, you have to give the website address. So maybe for the time being, I'll write like Ajit's e-learning point something. Just Ajit's e-learning. Done. So now you can see the website address. You will not get exactly since it's a free website, but there is absolutely no issue that way. This will be your website address now. See, https colon double slash sites.google.com view Ajit's e-learning. Okay. If you want a website of this like www.yourdomain.com, which is the popular one we used to see. I mean like www.call.org, www maybe peakmemorialcollege.com. This is how we used to see. So if you want a domain of this kind, you have to pay to the Google. So that way, it's not that way very much important to have this kind of a website address. So maybe we can be happy with this website address, HTTP, this kind of. Now let me see, since I'm using my G Suite account, sometimes it will create some other warning message for me. Yeah, your site has been published successfully. You can see on the lower part, your site has been published successfully. So just to preview that, you have somewhere a preview button here, preview. I'll just click on this preview button. See, this is how it is going to, I mean like the public will see your website. Okay. Since I have not added anything except the title of my website, e-learning point, there is nothing here. But this is how the public is going to see your website. Done. I am not going to take much time for, I mean like discussing rest of the things. I'll just close this window. I'll close this window also. You have number of options, delete site, close site, everything. Okay, I'll just close this window. Coming to the YouTube, again, I am in my email. This is the time, 10:20. I'll click on the Rubik's Cube. I'll click on YouTube. See YouTube coming in the in a new window. Since I have my YouTube channel, I mean like it will take you to my YouTube channel. If you don't have a YouTube channel, then you have to sign in. Then to upload a new video, which we have created either using the Screencast-O-Matic, our laptop, computers, I mean like camera, all those can be uploaded in this website. I'll just click on the plus button here on the right side top. You can see a plus button in a video camera. I'll just click on this to upload a new video. I'll click on upload video. Done. Upload video. So now it is processing. Yeah, now upload videos, title, select files. I mean like the video that you want to upload in your YouTube channel. I'll just click on select files. Clicking on select files. Now I have to select the video from my computer. Go to desktop, the video which we have made yesterday. This was there in the, I think, pictures. I'll click on open camera roll. This was the video that we have created yesterday using my laptop camera. I'll just select that. I'll click on open. I'll select the video first, then I'll click on open. Yeah, now it is getting uploaded. So when it starts uploading, you can see a window like this. you have to give a title for this. For the time being, since it was about a TPAC, I'll give a title TPAC. You have to give the title in such a way that it is easily the public can easily identify your video. You can see uploading video. It's kind of a small window appearing here on the right side, uploading video. So meanwhile, when it gets uploaded, we will give all the required details. You can give some kind of description to your video. This video is about helping teachers for integrating technology in the teaching learning process, something you give. See, when I was uploading my video, you can upload a thumbnail also. You might have seen when I have taken my Google Classroom yesterday, you were seeing my image, then there was a title. So go to the PowerPoint, then create a title, maybe with your image and all. Then you save it as a JPEG image. That JPEG image can be uploaded to this place, upload thumbnail. Maybe for, let me see if I can take any thumbnail if it is there. Upload thumbnail. I'll go to desktop, practice files. मैं आपको कॉल बैक करूंगा. ओके, मैं आज करूंगा वो. So let us see YouTube thumbnail somewhere. Velayathan sir, can you hear me now?
Sir, it's audible.
Yes, thank you. So I'll take YouTube thumbnail, which is already there in my computer. I'll just double click and see. Yeah. So I'll just select this image, click on open. So you can see my thumbnail in my video now. I'll just come down playlist, not that were required very much. They will ask whether this is made for kids or for adult people. So I'll make it no, it is not made for kids. Then I will come down. You can click on more options. Come down. You don't have to do anything. Maybe you can give some kind of a tag, titles, everything you can give. Video length, not that way very much important. Recording location and all. Now the important thing is license and distribution. When you create a video material, and when you are trying to upload it in YouTube, the YouTube will give you two kind of licenses. Either you can choose the standard YouTube license, so then the material will be of YouTube. Somebody using this video for their teaching learning purpose or making money, they have to get the permission from the YouTube company and from you. You can make it an open educational resource also, and Creative Commons is the most used and widely used open educational resource license. So if you want your YouTube to be as a YouTube video as a OER material, then you can choose Creative Commons. I have in my YouTube channel around 40 YouTube videos, and all those videos are Creative Commons license video. So anyone who is wishing to take my video, you don't have to take permission from either from YouTube or from me. Even though I have taken much pain in creating that YouTube video. No one has to take my permission because this is an open educational resource. Definitely you can modify my video. Whatever magic you can play with my video, everything can be done. That is one thing. Now come down. You can choose a category education. You have number of categories here. Since it is education related, I'll just click on education. Now I'll click on next. So after doing all these details we have filled, now we are going to click on next. Again, you can, 1 minute. Hello. Anji. हाँ जी, मैं आपको कॉल बैक करूंगा, ठीक है? मुझे 1 बजे के बाद फोन करना. I'll click again on next. So now when you are going to publish your video, you will get again 2-3 options, like whether you want to make it private. You can see the description, only you and people you choose can watch your video. So private, whether you want to make it a private video, you choose this circle. Unlisted, anyone with the video link can watch your video. Okay, suppose you are sharing the YouTube video link, this is going to be the YouTube video link. So you can share to any people. Those who are getting that link can only watch this video. And if you want to make public, just select public. So for the time being, I am making it only private because this is not that way very good video. Scheduling, all those you can done. Now everything is done. I'll just click on save. Yeah, see video uploading. Your private video is still uploading. Keep this browser tab open until uploading is complete. So it will take some time. Those who are uploading videos which are more than 15 minutes, they have to give a request to YouTube and they will accept your request within 1 day. So don't try to, upload videos which are more than 15 minutes in the beginning. And if you're trying that, they will give you some kind of a warning message. So maybe after another 1 day, you can upload videos which are more than 15 minutes. So I'll just close this. It will automatically get uploaded. We can work on other windows also. So we don't have to worry that way. It is 56 now uploaded, 56%. Close. I'll just close this. It will keep on uploading. We don't have to do anything now. So you can see that here. Video is getting uploaded, visibility pending, everything. So this is the video which I was quoting about. So let it get uploaded. Now I'll just come back to my dashboard. Videos, maybe. This is not the place which I am searching for. So friends, that is enough. So we have done that, uploading, starting creating a personal website, then uploading videos in your YouTube channel. Just come back to now our e-assessment. Sorry, one more thing, the Google Groups. I'll again go to my email. This is my email. I'll just click on this Rubik's Cube again. You can see something like a group. So this is something which is related to the discussion forum, online discussions and all. This is a tool or software for that, application software, app for that. So I'll just click on groups.
Sir, please enable screen sharing.
Thank you.
Ma'am, actually screen is being shared, man. What you need to do is, please check the people's list. There are two IDs. One is Ajit Kumar 4056. The other one is Ajit Kumar 4056 presentation. Please pin the presentation ID. Then you will be able to see the screen. Screen is being shared.
So I'll again take that. I'll click on groups. Switch off my video so that it will help me to save my bandwidth. My groups, this also I am not going to take. Everything is possible that way. The program which I am coordinating in IGNOU is the Postgraduate Diploma in Educational Technology. So we have a group for that. This is the PGDET discussion forum. So it's not like I'm just saying I'm going. Some tools I'm just discussing, but many things I'm practicing. So that way. So my groups you can click. So you can see the groups. There is only one group, PGDET discussion forum. To create a group for your classroom, you have to click on this create group. Group name, maybe for the time being, Pete Memorial. Pete Memorial Workshop. Group email, group description, everything can be done. They have changed this kind of a resume. It was not the one which when I was creating this group. Entire organization who can search for the group, anyone on the web who can join the group, only invited users, take the appropriate, select a suitable, like option, who can view conversation, who can see post, group owners, group members, anyone on the web. I think we need all this. Who can view conversation, maybe group members only, who can view members, group manager maybe. Come down, click on next. Group owner, me, group manager, you don't have to fill. I think there, welcome message, directly add members, create group. I'm not taking much time for that. See, Pete Memorial Workshop members, one member, go to the group. Now this is ready that way. You can see Pete Memorial Workshop. Then you have to click on this group. There are many things to be done in that group. See Pete Memorial. So I want my students to discuss something in this group. First, I have to add the members. Okay, you can see many things here. Like adding members and all members. So you have to click on this and give an invitation to your student. Now I am going to discuss something in my group, new conversation. I'll just post a question whether how can we add videos in maybe OpenShot, or whether technology will replace teachers. Some kind of interesting questions which the students need to discuss. That kind of questions you have to give. Subject, discussion 1, maybe you can give a title, then you can see on the lower side post message. I'll just click on post message. So you can see something like discussion whether technology will replace the teachers. Then students can see this question, they can keep on adding their comments, they can give, keep on posting their posts also. So this is how it is done. So this is absolutely going to be in the category of discussion forum. Friends, that is done. I'm just closing that window. Now we are going to create examinations using Google Form. There are number of tools which you can use. Maybe again I would suggest, like, since Google is having number of free tools, maybe you can go with Google Forms that way. So I'll click on my email. I'll click on this Rubik's Cube again. I hope you have some questions ready with you. I'm going to give you some kind of hands-on experience also today. I'll take forms here. This is nothing but the Google Forms. As I said, you can take YouTube, Google Groups, everything simply by Google browsing, or you go to your email, click on this, then click on the Google Forms. I'm just clicking on Google Forms now. The same way it is appearing. Just to see my YouTube. Upload complete. Okay, now you can close this. Now the uploading is complete. Videos is coming. Your channel. See, this is the channel. Now you can see the uploads all here. Okay, uploads. This is the one which we have uploaded right now. You can see it is showing private here. So if you want to see all your videos, you can simply click on your videos. The same way it will appear. See, uploads, all videos, uploads, live stream. The first day we were giving some live streaming using my YouTube channel. So you can see that live stream video also here. So this is the live, live stream. I'll just click on live stream. So you can see only one video which I have live stream, Pitt Memorial College. The first day we have given some kind of a live streaming using this channel. Once that is done, I'll just close this. Now coming to the Google form. Again, you have a number of templates. You can take that. You can choose any of these templates, ready-made templates. You can see number of templates, ready-made templates. You can choose either of these, or the simple way I would, maybe you can go behind is creating a new Google form. I'll just click on Google form. Yeah, this is the new Google form, how it will appear to you when you are trying to create a examination, test, or quiz. What I'll do, you can see the title first. Everything when you are working with any Google like tool, you have to give a title. I'll just give a title, Pitt test, Pitt test. I'll just enter that. Again, I was giving you something like when you are creating using any Google application, Google tool, you don't have to save that. It will get automatically saved in your Google Drive. One thing which you can notice is whatever we are typing here, Pitt test will automatically appear here also. I don't know why it is coming, maybe because of the internet signal issues. You can give a description if required, otherwise you leave as it is. What I am saying is, this is the title of your Google form, quiz or examination. It gets typed here also, but whatever you can give another title also, like for your examination. So whatever you are typing here doesn't get replicated at this place. This is how it works. Pitt test will appear here, but if you are typing, giving a separate title for your examination or quiz, it won't be appearing here. You can see questions when your students attend your examination. Everything gets stored in your Google Drive. It comes to your, Google Drive again. You can see the responses of your students here. Responses. I'll take another, maybe Google form. I'll just take any maybe this one. I'll take another Google form which I have created. So this is one of the Google forms. Okay, you can see the responses here. If I'm clicking on responses, you can see some number appearing. So 20 students have responded to this examination or question. So their email, if you are taking their email and all, you can get the email. Then their male, female, subject-wise categorization. So you'll get a ready-made kind of a, bar chart diagram for all your responses. This is a research questionnaire that way. So you'll get this kind of an answer. If you are giving some short answer questions, essay questions, all those will be coming in this window. This is not that way a short answer or essay type question. So I'm just going back. I'll take the form which we have created right now. Even yeah, you can see this Pitt test. This is what I was saying. You don't have to save that Pitt test. I'll just click on Pitt test again. This is responses. You can see to make some coloring and all. You can see this customized theme. Just click on that. Now it is purple in color. So if I'm selecting yellow, the color changes. You can give some kind of font changes also. You can bring in some kind of font changing. This is basic. You can have 2-3 fonts. Fonts also. Now this is to preview your question paper. We will see when we are working on that. This is for setting. So what you have to, since you are making it as an examination, you have to make it a quiz. You can see when you are clicking on setting, three kinds of tabs appears here: general, presentation, quizzes. So if you want to collect the email address that way, you can click on this. Since I am using this Google Form using my G Suite account, it is asking restrict to users in IGNOU and its trusted organization. So only those who are having IGNOU Gmail ID like Ajit Chalil, igno.ac.in can only take this examination. Otherwise, those who don't have that kind of email will not be able to do that. So I want many people to do that. Not only I don't want this to restrict to IGNOU. So I'll just untick this, just untick that. Respondents can edit after submit, see summary chart and expenses. Okay, edit after submit. This we don't require because this is an examination. So we don't want students to edit their answers once they have submitted the answer. So we don't tick this. Maybe the students can see the summary chart. Maybe this we can give a tick mark. Now coming to, there is nothing else. Now coming to the presentation. Show progress bar is required. Maybe since, I mean, like normally in a learning process, we use the question paper like the first section will be some true or false question, multiple choice, all those kind of objective type questions. So you will create a section for objective type question in the beginning. The second part of your question will be short answer questions. Then the section 2 will be short answer. The third section will be essay type question. So students want to see that kind of a progression. The first section short objective, the second short answer, the third essay. So if you want to show that kind of a progress bar for your students and the number of questions they are attending, suppose there are 50 questions or 20 questions. When they answer the first question, then it will show 19 remaining, something of that kind of a message they can see. So if they want to see some kind of a progress bar, you can tick this, otherwise leave as it is. Shuffle the question order. Maybe since if our question paper is having only objective type question, we can have the shuffling of the question order. So you choose if it is required. Once the students complete the question paper, you will give some kind of a message. Thank you for responding to this questionnaire. Maybe thank you for responding. I'll just give some kind of a message. So when students complete the examination, they will get this kind of a message. Thank you for responding. I'll just click save. I'll come back to again settings. Let me see here. Yeah, presentation we have done. Quizzes. So the first thing that you have to, if you want to make it as a quiz, maybe like examination, proper examination, you have to make this as a quiz. I'll make this as a quiz. I'll just switch on this bar, make this as a quiz. You can see locked mode on Chromebooks. This examination can be attended using a Chromebook laptop also. Chromebook, there is something like the Chromebook text, laptop. It works on some kind of a Linux platform, Linux software. So if you are giving this question paper in Chromebook notebook, students will not be able to see other websites. So this is the beauty of this Chromebook. So maybe I don't think it is not possible for all the teachers, all the students. We don't have that kind of, maybe those who are using Linux platform, they can make use of this facility. So turn on locked mode. So when the students attend the examination, they will only see that window. None of the windows the students can open. So you can choose if it is required, otherwise leave as it is. But the thing is, even though I am saying about Chromebooks, one of the maybe difficult part or the struggling part of conducting examination is like we need to have good infrastructure, technological facilities in our college or I mean like home. Otherwise, students, even if you are asking them to use the Chromebook, they will see their notebook, textbook, which is available, at their place. So it is difficult to monitor that way students attending when you are giving an examination through the technology. What you can do is when you are giving any examination to your students, you can ask your parents also. You can give an information to your parents that you are going to conduct an examination. Then maybe your parents or the students' parents can act as the observers. So when the students attend the examination, of course, the parents can watch and they can see whether any malpractice is going on. So that is only one of the possibilities. Otherwise, we need to have good infrastructure facilities for that. So maybe this is going to be one of the very notable disadvantages of doing examination using technology. But of course, since it is not a board examination, term and examination that way, which we are using for grading the students or making them to pass to the next class, we don't have to take that much difficulty. Or otherwise, you can use it for doing unit tests. I mean, like quarterly examination and all, of course. You can take which is required missed questions, correct answers. Students can see if they have missed any questions, all those. So I'll just click on save. So you do these settings in the beginning when you are going to create. Done. You can see 3 dots here. Click on that. See some kind of what we call options appearing here also. I'm just not going to discuss it. It's not that way very much important. Okay. Now we are going to create the questions. So we have number of question format, short answer. Essay questions in Google form is coming like a paragraph in the name of paragraph. So you will not find anything like titled like essay question. Instead, in place of essay question, you will find a paragraph. Then of course we have multiple choice, check boxes, drop down, file upload, which is also a very good feature of
Sir.
Google form.
So sorry to interrupt you, sir. So there have been a few questions in the chat box. Like a few people have been asking, how do you get this Chromebook?
Chromebook, like you can purchase Chromebook, or what you can do, you can maybe try installing the Linux software in your present laptop. Linux software like Windows software is there, Linux you can try. So you see whether it is working with when you are installing Linux. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Now
Yeah.
coming to short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, file upload. Suppose I am asking my students to, I am asking an assignment, I am giving an assignment, some disturbance. Some disturbance. Like that, sir, there is some disturbance.
Muted, sir.
Okay. Still it is there. Thank you. So you have all these options, file upload. So I am asking my students to prepare a PowerPoint presentation, or I am asking, giving an assignment or giving an examination where the students has to give answers. Like they need to prepare some answers in a separate file like Microsoft Word or Microsoft PowerPoint. And if the students want to upload the PowerPoint and Microsoft Word page, they can use this option, file upload. Then linear scale, multiple choice, check box, grid and all. Date, time, it's not that way very much required. If you want to collect the date, you can use that. If you want to collect some time, you can use that. So this is very important for us. And maybe the first few things are very much important for, I mean, like in the teaching learning process. Maybe for researcher people and all, they make use of linear scale, multiple choice, grid and checkbox. But one thing I should say here is, you can see this multiple choice grid. So in the examination, usually we used to give some what we call multiple, what we call that matching type questions. So column A will be matched with the answers in the column B. For that, you can use this option, multiple choice. So just make a note of that. If you are giving any question which is requiring like match the type of questions, you can use this option, multiple choice grid. Now it is 10:55. I'll just run that way. Okay. I'm creating first, maybe I'll show you a multiple choice question. I have few questions already here. The same was distributed, or you were asked to be ready with this, but I don't think I won't be getting time to practice that. So let this multiple choice. I'm just copying this. Which one of the following is an LMS? I'll just copy this question. Well, then, sir, you can see this Microsoft Word page. Anyone?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay, thank you. So I'll just copy that. I'll just copy this. I'll come to my Pete test. I'll give this question here. I'll just copy and paste here. Which one of the following is an LMS? This is a multiple choice. I don't have to do anything. I'll again go to my Microsoft Word. I'll take these options. We don't want ABC, but sometimes it will also again come. I'll just copy here. You can type here also. Okay, option 1, option 2. If you want to add more, you can do that. I'll just copy and paste here. So you can see we don't want this A, B, C and all. I'll just delete that by clicking. Only for this question, I'll do that. Yeah. Now this question is ready. Okay. Multiple choice. If you want to give some image related to this option, you can do that by clicking add image. More option, like if you want 6, 7 options, you can add more options. Then if you want to replicate this question, you can simply click on this, because I mean, like maybe the next question would be which one of the following is an video editor. Suppose this is going to be the next question. So we don't have to type again which one of the following. So you can just simply duplicate that question and remove this LMS from that. In place, which one of the following is an video editor. So to duplicate and to save your time, you can duplicate the question. If you don't want this question, for deleting, you have this option. You want to make your students to definitely give an answer for this question. So you have to click on required. Okay. So the students will not be able to submit their answer without giving an answer to this question. So if you want to give such kind of a facility for your students, you have to make it definitely required. You have to switch on this icon. You can see some 3 dots here. Just click on that and see. Description, go to section based on answer, shuffle, option order. So this is the order which I have. Maybe for the next student, this is going to be in a separate order. So you can choose this. After attending this, if we have many sections, like I was saying, section 1, section 2, then you can give an option 2. After attending this question, they will be taken to next the short answer question. So you can just try that. Now I will give the answer key also. When students attend the answer, they can see whether it is right or wrong. So I'll just click on this answer key. I'll click on answer key. You have to make it choose first, otherwise this answer key will not be appearing here. Okay. So I'll just select the correct answer from this. Which one of the following is an LMS? Google Classroom is an LMS. So you can see a tick mark appearing here. I'll give a mark for this one, maybe 1 point. So this is done. Done. So one question is ready. One question is ready that way. So if you want to preview your question paper, how it will look like for your students, I was saying you can see it from here. There is a preview button. I'll just click on this preview button. Just clicking on preview button. So see, this is how it is going to see for your students. Pete test. I can just submit an answer also right now when I'm preparing that question paper. See, which one of the following is an LMS. Before that, you can see now the responses is 0 here. You are not seeing any digit right to the right of responses. I was previewing that. I will give one answer now. Which one of the following is an LMS? You will have 1 point. So I'll just click on Audacity maybe for the time being. I'll click on submit button. So you can see view score, see previous responses, everything. I'll come back to my original question paper. Now you can see in responses, you can see one number appearing here. So I'll just click on responses. You can see the response here. Just average, median, everything. Done. Question. Coming back to the second, I am going to add a new question. So this is the place where we were. Now to add a new question, I'll click on this plus button. You can see import questions. If you have some questions in Microsoft Word or somewhere, you can directly import all those questions, but you have to make them arrange. You have to do all the editings then. Just add a title, which is not required that way. If you want to add a title or description for this question, that can be done using this button. Now you can see something like add image, add video also. So since it is a technology related question paper, you can ask your students to watch some what we call the YouTube videos. So you can add that YouTube video in your question paper. You can bring in some kind of images. I was saying that even for options also you can bring in some images. Here also it is possible. If which one of the following is an LMS, if you want to give an image here, you can click on this button, add image. Then along with this question, they will see one image also. This is for adding sections, section 1, section 2, section 3 and all. Maybe this we can do at a later point also. So these are the icons, like a description of this icon which you are seeing on the right side of your Google form. Very simple, easy. 11.1 now. Friends, I am clicking on add question plus button. See, now a second question is appearing here. I am giving a short answer question now. I'll give a short answer. What is technology integration? Copy. I'll just copy from here. I'll go to my question paper again. I'll give paste that. Okay, this is a short answer question. So I want to make it. I'll click on this arrow mark. I'll click on short answer. Short answer. So this is the place for giving answer. If you want, you can give some answer key for that, but it is not necessary that way for short answer and essay type question. If you want, you can give some kind of answer key. Otherwise, leave this answer key since it is a subjective kind of a question paper. For duplication again, I need my students again to give a answer for this. I just click on required. Okay. Now I'll click on these three dots. I'll see just to see description and response validation. I'll just click on response validation. Let us see the, I can close my WhatsApp also. Response validation, you can see number of options. See number, text, length, everything, regular expression. Maybe I'll take this number, for example. This is very easy that way to explain number. So the short answer question should not have number. No, it is not that. I'll just see text. No, length. Yeah, this is the see length. So this is a short answer question, as I was saying. So the maximum character count should be, see, maximum character. It should be, I need my students to answer at least 50 words. So I'll give 50 words here, 50. Maximum character count. Okay. So what I'm saying is, if the students give characters or answer more than, which goes more than 50 characters, the students will not be able to submit the question paper. If it is minimum character count, maybe I keep it like 20 minimum words it should have the answer. So they should give at least minimum 20 words for submitting this question paper or submitting the Google form. So if it is not minimum 20, I'll give a message. The answer is need to give more answers. Maybe more than minimum 20 words. Okay, I'll just give some kind of a message so that the students can see that need to give more answers, minimum 20. I'll just give that. Okay, now I'm going to make it required. You can make it maximum also. If it is maximum 100, if the students cross that 100 limit, then also they will not be able to submit the answer. Let us see how it will work in the preview. So I am just giving this short answer, then giving this response validation length, minimum 20. Then I'm going to preview. This will get automatically saved. This is what I was saying from the beginning. All changes saved in Drive. So you don't have to keep on saving like what we do in a Microsoft Word page. All changes saved in Drive. So friends, we don't have to do anything. I'll just click on the preview button. So you can see which one of the following is an LMS. So suppose I am giving an answer, technology integration. The technology integration. Let us see if I'm trying to submit. See, it is showing this is a required question. Okay, this is a required question. Let us see. So the students has to definitely Audacity. They will select Audacity. Let me submit it again. So that was 20 words, I think. So let me again go to the preview. I'll just select something from here. Technology. Okay, I'll just write technology, submit. See, when I'm writing only technology, need to give more answers, minimum 20 words. So the students will get a message of this kind. So they will again start typing the answer. And if your question paper, I mean, like the short answer question is 100 words minimum, maximum, then you can place the maximum character count also. And if they cross the 100 characters, they will automatically reduce the word length. So this is sometimes this happens with our students. Some students keep on writing for pages and pages, but we don't want that much answers. We need only some 1 or 2 paragraphs. So if you want your students to limit 1 or 2 paragraphs, you can set it at maximum character count 100. You can set it like maximum character count 100. You can see if it crosses 100, the reduce the answer. Something like you can give a message, reduce the answer. That way you can give some kind of a message. So this is done. So since I have submitted, again response is now 2. We'll go to response and see how it was working. See, you can see the short answer here. What is technology integration? Giving example. So I had given an answer like technology integration. That is done. Friends, that is done. Now coming back to our again question paper, you can click on this blue purple color form. Questions. I'll click on questions. Now we were here. Now it is level 8. Okay, I'll click on this plus button again, plus button. I'll give an essay type question now. I'll take a select a topic of your choice and explain how you will teach that by integrating technology. These questions are from my program which I'm coordinating. Select a question. Now this is a essay question, so I'll return paragraph. Essay question is marked here as paragraph. I'll just select the paragraph. Long answer. No answer key. This is also required. So it is getting saved. All changes saved in Drive. That is done. I'll just click on this plus button again. I'll add one more question, which is like check boxes. Maybe something of this kind. I'm copying from here. I'll just paste it here. Dash is not a screen recorder. This is a checkbox kind of a question. You can have it as multiple choice also, but I'll make it check boxes. Now I'll just take the choices from here, copy. I'll just click on. So you can see the kind of answers coming in. This is now a small box. In multiple choice, it was circle in shape. Multiple choice, it was circle in shape. Some disturbance is coming, sir. So for this, you can give an answer key. Answer key. I'll take which is not a screen recorder. Maybe something gold wave is not, for example. So you can give a point also, 1 point, 2 point, 1 point. I'll just click on done. Now we can go to the preview again. I'll just close all this. Leave side. This also I can. So this is the preview button. See how it is looking like. So which one of the following multiple choice? This is short answer. This is a required question. Students definitely have to give answer for this. That's why you are seeing a red star mark here. Here also red star mark. Red star mark. This is not a required question. Dash is not a screen recorder. So students have to give a tick mark for any of these. Done. Now I'll just close these. Come back to my question paper again. I'll just make this a non-required question. Essay type also a non-required question. If you want to make any changes, click on that question. Okay, if you want to edit this or this question, if you want to edit this short answer question, you just click in that box, so you can do all the editings there. Done. Now I'll again add a question, which is, let us see, drop down menu, Google slide. This is the question, Google slide. I'll just top back, give an answer. Sorry, not this one. I'll click here in the last question, then I'll click on add. I'll give a question, Google slide is, take the options also, copy. I'll give the option, just pause, otherwise you have to keep on typing. Okay, you can remove ABC and all. This is a drop down kind of a question. Okay, you can give answer key here also. Google slide is a presentation software. Where is that? Yeah, so let me see. Answer key, presentation software. Yeah, you have to click on that presentation software. Friends, this is a drop down. I'll click on answer key. I'll select the answer from here. This is already selected. I'll give a point. Done. Now, so I was in this question. Now I'll again click on plus button. I'll click on this Google form. File upload. Prepare a PPT explaining the use of podcast in teaching. I'll just select this question from here. Copy. I'll come back to my question paper. I'll just paste that. Prepare a PowerPoint presentation explaining the use of podcast in teaching and upload. So I'm asking my students to upload a PowerPoint presentation. So I'll select file upload from here. So when you are asking to file upload, you have to do many things, like you have to limit the GB size, everything. So for that, you have to click on continue. Then lot of instructions comes, allow only specific file types, maximum number of files, maximum file size, everything you can select from here. Okay, so that is done. So this is done. We can go to the preview. Just see which one of the following is one LMS. What is technology integration? Short answer. By mistake, there is something here. They will delete. So this is essay type. Select a topic. Now this is a drop down. Sorry, checkbox. This is drop down. You can see this is how it will look like. Google slide is choose. The student has to select any one of these answers. Now prepare a PPT explain the use of podcast in teaching and learning. So students will click on add file and they will add the file. This is how it is done. I'll just close this. Now coming back, there was some mistake where we were seeing some option, this one. So we will delete this. Just click on that question paper and delete. That is done. Now come back to the last question. We were here, plus button. I'll just select another question, which is linear scale. The technology used in teaching, you will have a kind of a linear scale arrangement, like see, very easy to see and answer. The technology used in teaching will replace teachers in future classroom. How far do you agree to this statement? So your statement have two options, like do not agree and agree. So I'll give one option here, do not agree, then agree. I am agreeing to that point. So you will have a scale kind of a arrangement, see. So let us preview and see how it will look like. I'll go to preview. Oh, sorry. We have to make it what we call the linear scale. We'll select the linear scale from here. So the first one is agree, do not agree, do not agree. You try all these, okay, description, everything we need to see. Now it is saved. I'll just click this. I'll go back to preview again. I am moving very fast, friends. I'll come down and see. The technology used in teaching will replace teachers in the future classroom, how far do you agree to this statement? I mean, like in research and all, we will see this kind of a question. So they can choose among these 5 options. Agree, maybe partially agree, partially disagree, do not, partially do not, I mean like disagree, and I do not agree at all. So they can select any of these choices. Done. Coming to the next, we were here. I'll select a question from here. Multiple choice now. Which among the following are technology integration frameworks? Multiple choice grid. Paste. I'll go to my Microsoft Word. I'll select these. Paste. So we have 3 options. I am making it multiple choice grid. Multiple choice grid. Okay. Let us preview and see. Which among the following are technology? You need to give something like yes, no. In row, you can give something like yes. In the second row, you can give no. And in column, you will see SAMR, TPAC, PCK. Now let us preview that. I'm going down. So see, which among the following are technology integration framework? SAMR, yes or no. You have to select either of these. TPAC, yes or no. PCK, yes or no. So this is how multiple choice grid works, and the same we will use for what we call the multiple matching type question. I'll show you how it is done. I'll again click on this. I'll click on, sorry, here. Then I'll click on plus button. Now I am taking a match the type following question. It is there in your, okay, copy. Maybe I can select only the question, match the following. Copy. I'll come back to, this is match the following. Okay. Option in row, Excel, Microsoft Excel. I'll maybe Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft what we call then Word. So I have to match Microsoft. These are Microsoft products. Now we have equivalent products in Google also. So for example, for PPT, we have Publisher in Google. Then for Excel, we have Sheets in Google. I'll type something like doc here, then some sheets here. So friends, this is Microsoft softwares, Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. We have equivalent alternative same softwares for Google also. So I want my students to match Microsoft Excel is equivalent to Microsoft Excel is equivalent to the Google software here, which is showing in the column B column. This is column A, this is column B. So let us see how it is looking in the preview. So you can come down and see, match the following. Excel is equivalent to maybe what we call sheet. Then PowerPoint is equivalent to Publisher. Word is equivalent to doc. So this is how it will be working in Google Form. So this is a match the following type of a question, which is not, you will not find that way match the following, but you can use the multiple choice grid for creating match the following type of question. Friends, this is done. The time is 11:20. Now I am just stopping that. Maybe I'll show how you can add images also. Next, this is a question. See the image and maybe answer the following. So you have to give the image. So for that, you can take image from here. I'll just click on image. I'll take from my computer. You can use all these options. Maybe this slide I am taking. No, we don't want those. slide. I'll take some practice files. Maybe TPAC again. This image open. So you can see the images getting uploaded in the Google form. See, now there is an image in my question paper. You can do the alignment. If you don't want, you can remove that. This is how it is done. Now you have to give the question, select the question format, everything you have to do from here, select from here. This is just for adding the image. Now let us see adding an video also. I'll just click on add video. Again, like you can search from YouTube, or you can give, if you have the URL website address, you can directly type. So I need maybe this, take a small video. TPAC in 2 minutes. I'll just select that. So you can see it is coming like in a new question. Okay, the same way we have seen for the images, we can have the alignment of the videos also here. This is done. Now we have done all the question formats. Now if you want to add a new section, you have to click on this icon, add section. I'll just click on section. So you can see a new section appearing here. See, section 1 of 2, it was not there in the beginning. So we have 2 sections. Maybe the first section is only for objective type questions. The second section, so you don't have to include short answer essay in this part, in section 1. In section 2, which is on the lower side, this is section 2. So now from here onwards, section 2 starts. So from here onwards, you can give only short answer questions. And you can add one more section maybe for the essay type. Okay, so now you can see a section 3 of 3. So we have total 3 sections. The section 3 is for essay type questions. So very simple, pretty easy, beautiful. That way the Google Forms, you can have this many choices in the Google Form. Then you can add images, videos. If you want some audio also, you can upload your audio in the YouTube, and that can be uploaded as a YouTube video, maybe YouTube audio that way. Okay. So friends, that is done. Now we will go to settings, how we will send this to the students. Okay. I'll just click on send. Now the question paper is ready. You can see the folder. This will take you to the Google Drive. When you click on this, to send this question paper to your students, I'll just click on send. You can send via email, or you can send the website link also. So I'll just click on, if you want to send via email, you have to type all the emails of your students here. Okay, you can attach the same in email also. If you want any of your teachers to like edit this question paper, you can add teachers also, your co-teachers, your peer teacher. That can be, so maybe 2 or 3 teachers can keep on working on the same question paper by adding collaborators. That is also absolutely, this feature is there with all the Google tools. Now I'll just click on this link. So you can send this link. Okay, this is a big link that way. So I just want to shorten the link. I'll just click on shorten. So you can see a small link, web link now. This can be copied and given to your students who are attending. This is not required that way. This is HTML format, HTML language. We are not familiar that way with. This can be shared in 2 social media platforms directly from Google Form. One is the Facebook, the other is Twitter account. We don't, especially in school education, we don't use. But in higher education, if you are using Twitter for your teaching learning process, you can click on Twitter, then it will take you to your Twitter account, and you can directly send your Google Form link in your Twitter account. That is done. So this is how it is sent to your students, right? Okay, friends, now I am stopping that. We have almost discussed the features which are available in the Google Form. So in most of the Google tools, you will find a question mark on the right lower part. You can just click on that question mark and report a problem, help center. If you find any difficulty when you are like working on Google Form, there is a big community which is working behind, or teachers using the Google Form. So you can simply click on, you can post your queries, then the teachers you are using Google Form will reply to your queries. Okay, this is the other way of working effectively with Google Form. This is done. So friends, I'm just stopping. I'll just go to the preview and see how it is looking like, the question paper. See, this is speech test. Speech test, one object type like multiple choice, then short answer, essay type, checkbox, drop down menu, one question for adding the like files by your students, a linear scale, multiple choice, a match the type of following question, then some question related to the image, some question which is related to some video. So the students can just play this video. The beauty is students will not find
2 minutes for more information.
the students will not find any advertisement in this YouTube video. So this is another advantage of YouTube videos when you are would be attached in a Google form. So students will not be distracted that way seeing the advertisement, especially the small quiz. So we were having two sections. So this is one section. After completing one section, the student will click on next. Then they will go to, so you need to give all the answers because we have made it a required question. So that's why we cannot move forward. So friends, I'm just stopping that. Coming to the next tool.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
so there's just one small question, sir. So for all these one-word answers and all, evaluation will be done automatically because you have already provided the answers.
Yes, yes.
Dr. Amarvati
Objective
Chauhan.
type.
Yeah,
Doc-
objective type, yes. For
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Amarvati Chauhan was asking a question in the chat box. How would you evaluate the short question?
No, see, evaluation subjective questions you have to evaluate manually.
Ah, yes.
Manually. You can see the students' response because this is doing in tech. I mean, like the internet. So students will attend the question paper. They will send you answers. You can see the subjective type of answers of your students. Then you can give mark manually. That mark can be given to. But for objective type, you don't have to do it manually. The Google form will give you the mark of each student. In the settings, it is there. I'll just show you responses. See responses. You can see the students' responses. Summary is there. Question-wise response you can see. If there are 10 questions, you can see that. Individual-wise response also you can see. For each of your students, individual responses you can see. So for objective type, you don't have to take any risk that way because the Google form will give you the marks scored by the students, of course. For subjective type questions, you have to read the answer of your student, then you have to give mark. Then the objective type you can add with your subjective mark. I mean, like the mark that you have given, then the total mark can be communicated to the student. This is the only possibility. I mean, this is what I was saying. It is not that way very much sophisticated using the technology for assessing the subjective type question. This is what we see in the MOOC programs also. In MOOC programs, those who have done MOOC programs or online programs, maybe from Swayam platform and all, they will attend only objective type questions. The examiners or the organizers, they don't take the risk of giving subjective type questions because they have to be evaluate it manually. So one thing you can do is either you can make all the questions objective type, so you don't have to evaluate anything manually. All your answers, marks will be given by your Google form. Only you have to convey this. Of course, Google form will give a mark to the students also. When it is done, they will come to know the mark they have scored. But subjective, if you are adding subjective type questions, teachers definitely need to read the answer. Then you have to give the mark individually that way, manually. Okay. And to get the responses, you can see you have to click on this accepting responses. Otherwise, students will not be able to submit answers. You have to switch it on. And if you want to get the all responses to a Google Sheet, like the Excel, Microsoft Excel, you can click on this plus button. So I'm just clicking on this plus button. Then you can see they will ask for creating a new spreadsheet. I'll just click on create. You can see a new spreadsheet coming in. So you can see the time the students they have attended the examination. You can see the score. This is the beauty. Okay, so you will get the objective type score from this here also. Then subjective you have to add manually. You can see all the response. If it is a short answer question, see the answer will be coming. If it is a 100 words question or paragraph type question, this column will be very big in, I mean like big in size that way. Okay, essay type question will be. So you will get a very big Excel sheet that way. What we call.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, madam.
Excuse me, sir. Is this Excel sheet editable?
Yeah. You can do all those editing here. Yeah. You
One
want
more
to-
question I want to clarify, sir. That while the teacher is preparing the questions here, there is teachers adding the answers also, the right answers also. And
Yes.
how is it hidden from the students?
Students will not see that answer. Students will not see.
Is there any separate key or something like that to activate or anything, or it is not needed?
Yeah. When the students attend the question paper, when they complete the answering, they will get a response sheet. So they will come to know the correct and right answer after attending the examination. They will get to know the correct and I mean like wrong and correct answer. They will get a copy of that. For that you have to go to settings. Okay, go to settings and do this. I mean like where is that? Release grade. Then there is some missed question, correct answers. You have to click on these correct answers. So if you have clicked the correct answers, students after attending the examination, they can see the correct answer. They can see the correct answer. For example, we have questions here. Okay, which one of the following is an LMS? If the student select Screencastify as the answer, and after completing the examination, they will submit the Google form. But after submitting the Google form, they will come to know that they have selected the wrong answer. In place of that, they will see Google answer. They will find a tick mark here, Google Classroom. So they can know that, they will come to know that Google Classroom is the correct answer and the Screencastify is the wrong answer. This is absolutely possible in Google form.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, sir. I have many tools.
Sir, can
Tell me,
we?
sir. This is
Hello,
one
sir.
slide. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just I'll take only this question. Yes, sir. Tell
Sir,
me.
can we post earlier typed questions in a whole questionnaire in Google Forms?
Yeah, that you can do. Like you can just try this possibility. Import questions. Okay, there is something like important question. You just click on that and see. If it is there in Google Sheet, Excel sheet, or somewhere in Google Doc and all, you can have a try over that. This is one thing you can do. Otherwise, what I did is, I mean, like I have typed all the questions in a Microsoft Word, and I was just copying and pasting in the Google form. This is the second option. Otherwise, you can just try these imported questions here. Import questions. Okay, friends, I'm not taking any more questions. I'm just winding up this session. We don't have now. So Google Form is not that way very pretty that way. Since it's technology, we have the possibilities of bringing in many multimedia effects. Like we can bring in many visual effects. That way, if you want to make a very beautiful question that way, looking very beautiful, it is visually appealing to the students. Then there are many tools, many softwares like Kahoot is there, Socrative is there, Hot Potatoes is there, Quizlet is there, Quiz is there. I have a number of tools for that. You can go to the Center for Learning and Website Technologies. Then you can search for the quizzing and testing tools. And then, sir, there is someone to, I mean, like, mute their mic.
So I have one more question.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I have one more question. Using this Google form, we can actually set the time period. That is a time limit. Can you please explain that?
No. Time limit we cannot set. Time limit.
That is
time limit is not possible. I was saying in the beginning also, technology assessment using technology is not that way very much sophisticated that way. Okay? We don't have many facilities. Maybe that's why I was referring to, I mean, like if you want to have a small kind of a unit test or half-yearly examination, since it is not possible during the pandemic or COVID days, you can get you can use this what we call this tool. that way only you can use. Maybe for board examination, that way kind of a standardized examination, it is going to be difficult. This is what we are seeing in MOOC programs also. In MOOC programs, those who have done Swayam or any online courses or MOOC programs from Swayam platform, they will be going to a computer center, and they will be asked to sit in front of a computer. They will get a username and password. They can only see that window only, the examination window. None of the windows will be opening for those people, those who are attending such kind of a program. So we need to reach that kind of a stage, then only we can effectively use these technologies. But for the time being, to manage our teaching learning process, we can of course go with these kind of tools, number one. Number two, as I was saying, you can ask, if you are doing any examination, you can ask your parents, I mean like the students' parents, to watch, to have a watch over how students are performing the examination, how they are doing the examination, or how they are answering the examinations. Maybe this at least can, the parents at least can prevent the malpractices they are doing, like looking any books, looking other websites for answers. All those can be done. Okay, time limiting is not that way possible. This is what
Can we inactivate that link after a particular time?
Yes. You don't have to inactivate. I mean, like you can go and click on this accepting responses. This you have to switch on accepting responses. Okay.
Okay.
So
Sir.
after doing your responses, you can simply switch off this. Then nobody will be able to give a response to your Google form.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Once you switch off this, nobody will be able to give answers or attend this Google form. This is what you have to do, not accepting responses. This is, you see that. Okay, I'm just stopping that. I'll come to go see Kahoot, because we have, I mean, like I have a small activity. I was planning to do hands-on, but since I have taken too much time, that was not possible. This is how it will look like, Kahoot. Friends, I'll just go to Kahoot. When you are using Kahoot, you have two options, like, see, oh, I forgot. By mistake, let us see. Kahoot. I'll just click on Kahoot. You have number of tools, like I was saying, Socrative, Hot Potatoes, all those you can try. QC, QSelect, Socrative, Formative, okay, Kahoot. So if you want to use Kahoot, see, you can see two websites appearing in. This is kahoot.com, Play Kahoot. So you will create your questions in this platform. You will create, I'll just come in 1 minute. Just a minute, I'm coming back. So friends, Velayudhan sir, what you are seeing right now, Kahoot?
Yes, sir. Kahoot screen. Yes.
Okay. So friends, I don't know how far I can complete. Like Blogger is there, Templar is also there, Kahoot also is there. Now we are left with some 20 minutes. So I was saying this Kahoot. See, Kahoot, one platform. This is for creating your questions. Kahoot. This is for, I mean, like attending the examination. So you will create a question paper examination quiz using this website, and you will attend, or your students will visit this website for attending the examination or quiz. Very easy that way. Two platforms. Just make a note of that. I'll just reduce this window. Now, when I'm clicking on this website, Kahoot, this is how it will look like. See, this is a paid platform that way. Okay, this is not free, not a free platform. So that way, the options are very limited. But whatever options we were seeing in the Google form is equally available in Kahoot also, but we need to pay money for that. So maybe we'll see some of the facilities which are available there for free account holders in Kahoot. You definitely need to create account and all. Okay, I'm just in my account. You have to log in. All those prelim process you have to do before you start working with Kahoot. Home, discover there are many Kahoot quizzes. I mean, like quizzes which are developed in Kahoot platform or software. It is there in the Kahoot. You can simply click on discover and see that. Maybe suppose I'm teaching physics. I'll just type physics and see physics. Physical science. Oh, Mon is coming. Physics I'll take. Physics I'll just, yeah. So you can see many ready-made Kahoots here. Newton's laws of motion, intro to applied sciences. You search if you are lazy that way. If you are a lazy teacher that way, just make use of these ready-made quizzes. You can see 16 questions. Some teachers have made, some people have made this Kahoot quiz. Okay, you can ask your students to just play this quiz or attend this examination. This is one way. The second way is go to Kahoot. This is a kind of a social networking platform also. So you can create a group. Suppose I am a teacher of physics. There are some teachers from other schools. You can create a group for which is having only physics teachers. So the question paper, the other teachers that they have developed will be available to me also. So that way it is a collaborative platform also. Friends, so we are here, Kahoot. Then you can see my Kahoot. You can get it from here also, here also. So now there are many things: report, create. You can click on, if you want to create a new quiz, you can click on create. You can click on Kahoot. You can click on my Kahoot. You can click on my Kahoot, create new. There are many places where you can create a new quiz. I'll just click on create new. Just create new. Yeah, it is coming. Well, then, sir, you can see the Kahoot now. Create a new Kahoot.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So we have some king and princess here. A crown symbol. You can see this is a crown symbol. Those having the boxes having a crown symbol is a paid one. I mean, like if you want to use this template for creating quizzes, you have to pay to the Kahoot company. This is again a paid template. I was saying in Google Form also ready-made templates are there. Here also we have ready-made templates. Some templates are free. See, this is free. This is paid. This is free. This is paid. This is free. Okay, so there are limitations in template use also. So maybe for a beginner, like I'll just click on create. Friends, these are paid templates. This is free template. You can see free templates here also. I'll just click on create. I'm just clicking on, say this is how it will look like when you click on create. Now I'll click on, see, you have, where is that? I'll just see, maybe I'll just type a question here. Which one, maybe what I'll do, we may, if time permits, we'll just have a demo of this. Audacity is a. So you can limit the time. If you want your students to attend this question in 5 seconds, 10 seconds, you choose a appropriate time. This has 3 grading points. Either you don't have to give any point, 0, or you can have 1000 points. You can have 2000 points also. You just bring to 2000. Now students have 2 options: single select, multi-select answers. You, for the time being, keep it on single select. You can have multiple choices, not multiple choices, multiple answers. You can bring in some image the way we did in Google Form. You can give some YouTube link if you are asking your students to watch some YouTube video and answer the question. That is also, you can simply drag and drop the image from computer, or you can click on this. So we have a question, Audacity is a. This is the question title. Now I'll just give an answer for that. This is a video editor. This is a audio in the audio editor. This is a image editor. This is none of this, none. Okay. So this is how, what I was saying, it looks little appealing to the students, maybe especially for the younger students, elementary students or school students. This seems to be a good visual, like appearing in many colors. Now you have to select the correct answer from. So you can select the correct answer from here. If you want to add an image in the answer, the same that can be done. So friends, I'll just select some answer. Audacity, something like. I'm just I mean like this. I'm not clicking on the right answer, okay? Because we are going to play this. I'm going to give some kind of a prize for those who are getting coming in the top. So I'm just selecting some kind of a answer here. I just selected this answer. Friends, this is done. Okay. Now I'll just click on, or you can have the add question option also. I'll just click add question. So this is what I was saying. You can have true or false question, type answer like short answer, essay type, fossils you can have. There are, hello, this is open-ended question. But the one which is the princess or king with a crown image is not available for the free account holders in Kahoot. This is not available. For the time being, we can just manage with the quiz and true or false question. So I'm going to take this true and false question. Yeah. So one question is already there. You can see this is the first question. This is the second question. Again, I'll type. I was saying about OpenShot is a video editor. OpenShot is a video editor. So again, I'll put it in 20 seconds, the time limit. If it is 30, you can do that. 60, I'll just for the time. Points again, 1000. Do all those. I'm just giving a wrong answer. This is absolute a video editor. Maybe I'll just, for this, I'll just give a, this is true. Okay, this is true. So you have to select the correct answer by clicking the circle. So this is done. Friends, now I have two questions. I am asking my students. Now these participants are my students that way. You have many things you can do with this. I am just clicking on done. Okay, title, Pete. This is Pete Memorial Quiz. Use Pete Memorial Quiz. I have given a title. It can go up to 100 characters, I think. Description, not necessary that way. Continue. I am just clicking on continue. Yeah. So this is saved. Now you can test this Kahoot. So you just listen carefully how you have to attend this question. Okay, I'm giving this question to the participants. As I said, you have to go to Play Kahoot, this website. I'll just copy this website and give you the website address in the maybe chat box. Oh, it is not there. Maybe let us see if it is working. If it is working, you can take that. Please share PPT. I just close this. Then sir, can you just click on this website and see what is coming? https://kahoot.it. You are getting this window, which I am sharing right now. Maybe other participants also can try.
So I am getting a window asking for a game pin.
Yes. Okay. So friends, participants, teachers, don't put the pin. I'll give you the pin. Okay. I'll give you some time. All the participants has to join first. Okay. This is the website. You can get it from the chat box. Now I'll go to the Kahoot. I'll click on play this now. This is how you have to do. I'll just give you a demo of that, how you have to play. You have to click on that website. Those who are getting I mean like or coming to the first position will be getting a prize, will be getting a kind of a prize. But this is a maybe a kind of a reverse game because I have not given the correct answer. So you don't go behind, but you can see just for demo. So you can see how it is working now, Kahoot. This is how you have to do. I will give you, since the internet is a little slow, your Kahoot is now loading. Maybe sometimes. So you will find a window of this kind. Okay, you have to enter the pin. So I'll click on, I will manage this from here. Yeah, not this pin. Okay, don't enter this pin. This is the demo pin. Don't enter this. The pin is going to be something different. So you can go to this website. You have to enter the pin. When you enter the pin, what will happen? Let us see. 450. I'm just entering this pin. 450 copy plus enter. You can listen to some music also. All those music can be changed. Okay. So you can see a nickname. You have to give a nickname also. Give a nickname. For example, give your name. Suppose I am Ajit. I'll give Ajit. Okay, go. Yeah, some people are entering the. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. I am giving you some other option. Pin. Okay. So you can give your name. Then this is how it is going to work. So I'll just stop this. Leave. Okay. Now I am going to give you a new pin. Okay. The pin which I have given will not be working here. I am just going to play this. You can have two options when you are teaching online. You can use in your classroom. So if you are using this option, you need to show the questions to the students also. The question. Then you can ask your students to attend this question at a later point of time also. For that, you have to use this. So I am going to use it in my present lecture live. So just to click on that. Let it come. Since it is having too much of graphics and other facilities, it is going to be okay. Your Kahoot is now loading. This is what I was explaining you. I'll just click on classic. Now I'll click on ready to join. So friends, now you can use this pin. Go to this website where I was given it in the chat box. Use this pin to enter. I will be showing the questions from here only. You have to select only the answers. So when people are there in the Kahoot, I'll start my question. I'll just adjust volume. So when many people are there in the Kahoot account, I'll start the question. You will see the question in my window. You will see the question in my window. You will not the question there. You will get only answers. Okay. You will get only answers like this is what you are going to see. A red color, blue color, green color, and yellow color. So the question is, you have to read the question from my laptop. You have to see the question from my laptop. You will see only these answers like in color. You have to select any of those answers. So a little difficult that way if you are using it in online. So this is the question. This is the answer you have to select. So friends, I am going to start the question. Okay. So some people are there. Start. I am going to start. Okay, listen now. I am going to give you the first question. Pete Memorial quiz is working. Yeah, you can see a countdown. The first question is coming. You will get only 20 seconds. Yeah, question is there. Audacity is a. Yeah, you can select the answer. You can select any of these answers. Oh, question is there. I mean, like here. Yeah, this is done. Yeah, there are 19 people who have answered on the yellow color. Let us see. I'm giving the next question. Okay, get ready. The correct answer is image editor. This is wrong actually, but just for practice, I have made it correct answer. Audacity is a audio editor that way. I'm giving the second question. You can answer this also. So you can see Sam is in the first position out of 2000. He scored 1644. Now the second question, you can answer the second question also. This is coming. OpenShot is a video editor. "31 answers, 32 answers." You can see the answers. 2 seconds, last 1 second. Done. 28 people is with this. Okay, next. Now you can come to this. Okay, you can see the podium. Ram, Dr. Ram on the third, Sam second, and Christina. Christina is number one. She scored the first rank in this quiz. Okay, Christina Abra. So friends, I'm just coming to the chat box window. I'm just stopping that. Okay, Christina. So that is done. Christina, can you switch on your video? Christina, can you please switch on your video? My eyes are not working. Christina, can you switch on your video? Let us see. I'll go to my change alert and see. Christina, where you are? Christina, Dr. Christina.
Christina, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you switch on your... Christina, can you switch on? Let us see the rank 1 teacher. Yeah, Christina.
Sir, can you?
Yes. We can see you, Christina. We can see you. So, friends,
Thank you,
I would request all the participants to switch on their video now. Kindly switch on. All the participants can switch on their video now. Yeah, great. See many happy faces. Now 185 people. I can see many people. I think the workshop is going well. The Pete Memorial College have done a wonderful job. Hope the lectures are also equally helping you to get some understanding. Also want to switch on their video now. Just can give a thumbs up to this Christina, Dr. Christina. Give a thumbs up just for making this effort. Can you show all your thumbs up? All the teachers, participants? Thank you. Now, friends, I am going to wind up today's lecture because it is cold. I don't know. We will see the Tumblr and maybe blogger maybe tomorrow. Now, I would, so I can see many happy faces that way. Dr. Velayudan, sir. Now we can have a virtual happy face photograph. There is somebody who to switch off their microphone. You can keep your microphone in switch off mode. We are going to click a good group virtual face photograph, smiley face. Okay. we will give you a prize for those who are having very good, beautiful smile. So I would request all the participants to be in their smiling face. Maybe Dr. Velayathan Nayarji or somebody else will click a photograph either in the mobile or they will take a what we call a screenshot of the. I'll just stop my presentation. Stop screen. I'll come back to this. It's very difficult that way. I was seeing in none of these spaces for the last 4 days. So tomorrow is going to be our last day. So maybe Velayathan sir, can you see this? I mean, like, you can switch on your video. I would request Dr. Velayathan Nayarji to take a photograph of, or any of your colleagues to click a photograph. Please be in your smiling face. We are going to give a prize for those who are having a beautiful smile. Okay, we will click the photograph with the smiling faces. Velayathan ji, Dr. Velayathan sir.
Yes, I am here, sir.
Okay, so you can have maybe 2, 3, 4 screenshots, or you can just move from one window to the other window. Take 4, 5 photographs, group photographs. So be in your smiling face, okay? Great Sharma, Sharda Mani Hansal, I am your student from PGPS. Sir, are you taking photograph?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you can take photograph of all the participants.
Sir, but like I get around like 16 windows at a time. That's it.
Okay. You can toggle from one to one now. I'll just go and only highlight. I can see Pompey, Christina, Sapna, Pramesh, Preeti, Surya, Bhargavi, Reena, Aksa, Naji, Dr. Krishna Kumar. Where are you from, sir? Dr. Krishna Kumar, sir. If you can unmute your mic and speak. Dr. Krishna Kumar.